Well, the thing in cycling called the 105 rule, and it relates to the tyre and rim combination. And what it is it was invented by Zip at the time, or should I say discovered by Zip at the time, that if you have a tyre and you make the rim 105% of the size of the tyre, you can optimise the aero combination of the tyre and the rim. So let's roll that intro and let's actually have a bit of a discussion about this 105 and how it works. Now, when we talk about a knacker shape, which is basically an aerofoil shape, and there's quite a number of different knacker shapes. Now, if you look at a wing, that's a type of knacker shape, but it's not a symmetrical, it's an asymmetrical aerofoil shape. Now, that aerofoil shape in asymmetrical can be applied to a tyre and rim combination. Now, when we look at a knacker shape, it doesn't have a round front on it and then a sloping back. It has a sloping or very soft change of curvature on the pressure points where the air may detach. So it doesn't really fit a rim tyre combination of where the front of the knacker shape is round and then the rim behind it is slightly smaller. So how can you optimize this? So what you need to do is you need to try and make the rim a width or diameter so it's big enough that the air coming around the tyre is increasing to move away from the centre line, and so then the actual rim can be designed to control that air as it moves across the rim and to the back of the rim. Now, this is a bit of a tricky situation because as you get that tyre and it's starting to come flat at the side, you need to somehow have that transition, minimise that transition between the tyre and the rim. And this is something that the manufacturers have been going on about, especially with the clincher design tyres, because they're actually saying that with those combinations that they can fit the hook part of the clincher tyre and the rim and make that transition more smooth, so there's not a step transition to interrupt or to disturb the air as it's coming off the tyre and going onto the rim. Now, what this basically means is manufacturers have gone to making wider rims, which is what we've seen. We've seen a trend to go from an internal measurement of around about 19 mil, and now we're up to something like, I think it could even, some be as wide as even 27, but there's somewhere in between that, sort of 23, 25. And some manufacturers are making them wider than others. That's just what that manufacturer has decided to do. So the ability of that is that you put on a tyre that when it comes away from the surface of that rim, that it's not actually going to bulge out. It's actually going to either be level or start to curve in to the front where you've got the tyre part where it has that transition. Now, this kind of really debunks the whole wider tyres faster business, because what we've got is even if you have, say, an internal measurement of 25 mil where you have the hooks coming on, you may be going to have a tyre that's less than 28 millimetres, because otherwise you're going to exceed the width of the whole tyre. So you need to probably be running something like a 25 mil, and this is what we see the pros typically run. So what you need to realise, if you're looking about speed and you want to do something that's going to give you a bit more speed, and we've been talking just recently about derailleurs being more aero, you're going to get more of an advantage by adapting your rim and your tyre so you have a transition between those two where the tyre is not bulging out. And we used to see this in the olden days when the rims were skinnier. You know, you put on a GP 4000 and it'd be like a teardrop, and it'd sort of be like a bulb sitting on the end of your rim. Well, it's been shown that this is actually not the fastest combination. And we do know that the rims and tyres, those things actually can give you a huge advantage, because there's a number of things. The front rim hits the air first, and also it's a spinning device. Now, with spinning devices, we have a variance of speed that's approaching the air. At the top of the rim, we have a speed that's twice of the speed of the bicycle, and at the bottom of the rim, we have a speed that's actually zero speed of the bicycle. And it's actually spinning, and we have spokes. So if we can have a deeper section rim and we can match the tyre, we're probably going to get a much bigger advantage than worrying about any other sort of things on the bicycle. Obviously, apart from your bodying it, your body into a more aerial position, that is the top thing if you want to go more aerial. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I wanted to leave it with the 105 rule. If you've got any questions or anything like that, or you want to make some comments about, are you running the 105 rule? Have you heard of it before? Or are you actually have you actually set your bike up to take advantage of that 105 aero advantage? Just leave your comments down below, and so us as a community can learn from what you've done on your bike. Okay guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I'll see you next vid. Cheers.